Hey guys, KiwiTech's back, and today we're looking at Slim ROM. It's an Android open source ROM. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is reboot into Clockworkmod Recovery, because I'm currently on a Samsung based ROM. This is Crash ROM for your information. Right, so before we do this, before I'm going to flash it, we need to go through and do a backup, just in case something happens. So I'm going to back up to my external SD card, and then I'm just going to quickly fast forward. Right, and I'll skip this out. Okay, when you've done that, you can then go into, go back one setting, and then go to wipe and factory reset, and then install a new ROM. If you haven't got this version of Clockworkmod Recovery, you'll need to go through and format system and data and wipe the cache and wipe the debit cache. What you can see here, it's doing that automatically. This is just a script that's involved with Phil's advanced edition of Clockworkmod Recovery, which I'm running now. Okay, so navigate to where you've stored your ROM. So for me, it's in there, and there's Slim version 2 alpha, which I'm going to try now. And it'll only take a very, very short time to flash this because it's only 203 megabytes, I think, so it's pretty small. And once we've flashed that, we will then need to flash Google applications, because it won't come with anything. It won't come with the Play Store or Google or Google Now, anything like that. So we'll go through and flash that now. So that's in my zips folder. Now in the description, I'll add a link to these files, so you can just download them, and then we can see Google Apps is installing. Now once this is done, it's a very short time as well, you may want to install superuser.zip, because if you reboot you may lose root access. You could do it at another time, but we're on Clockworkmod Recovery now, and we just flash that over in a few seconds. Now that's it, we can reboot our device, and let's see what happens. Now, because I did a full reset, wipe, etc., it will take probably a good 2 or 3 minutes to boot up. If you're coming from an existing Android open source ROM, you won't need to do a full wipe. But if you're coming from a Samsung or a TouchWiz based ROM, then you will most certainly have to do that wipe. Otherwise, you will have a lot of errors happening. So let me just fast forward it. Okay, so there's the welcome screen. I'm just going to skip through this really quickly, I don't need to install all this sort of stuff. Doesn't matter where I am. I just want to get into this and show you what it's all about. Okay, now Trebuchet is the custom launcher with Android Open Source Project, but we can see it doesn't work. So we've had to use Nova Launcher with this version. And Nova Launcher is pretty quick. So let's go into system settings and have a look at the layout. We can see that we have interface. We can change the DPI, and there's quite a few things like status bar and the themes in there as well. Hardware keys, navigation bar, and the power menu. We can add some things like the profile switcher. We can also enable it to have a screenshot within the power menu as well, which is pretty cool. And let's go back again. We have real dark, so you can see the background's gone totally black. If I tick that off again, it goes slightly grayed out, which gives it that motion blur that's common with the S4. We also have individual ROM features with the Slim Center, and there's quite a lot of customization inside this. It's more than a clean version of Android, obviously, but it's probably not quite got the high level of customization as Pack ROM or Paranoid ROM. Now this is Jelly Bean 4.3, and it's still in the alpha stage. This is alpha 2.3, I believe. So the camera still does not work, and as soon as that is working, I'll post another review about these open source project ROMs for our octa-core S4. So this has been KiwiTech. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for updates on these ROMs. Catch you next time.